Hi, good morning, good afternoon. So thank you, Pastora, Deborah, Nati, and Maite for this wonderful morning with all your insights and presentation. And now let's highlight some key recommendations to wrap up the 4 sessions delivered over the past 2 days. Let me say that the numerous questions raised throughout the sessions reflect the strong engagement of the academic community in the Mediterranean region on addressing digital transformation in their institutions. So let's now summarize these insights in a clear and a comprehensive way. About the first session around educational models, we would like to highlight that ICT-based models enable flexible, accessible, and personalized learning with options that like blended, hybrid, and high-flex and online formats. Let me say that these models empower institutions to tailor their learning offerings, allowing for a customized educational experience. So through all these learning modalities, institutions can better accommodate the diverse needs of students, providing flexibility in location, scheduling, and pacing. And also this adaptability not only broadens access for non-traditional and remote learnings, but also promotes inclusivity by removing many of the physical and, let me say, logistical barriers to education. So in essence, the flexibility and accessibility offered by these models contribute to democratize education, so fostering an environment where learning opportunities are more equitable and universally available. Another remark is that digital learning fosters students' autonomy through self-paced activities, personalized pathways, and digital tools that support self-regulation. In this sense, we mean that digital environments enable personalized learning, granting students the freedom to choose their study pace and approach. And with self-paced activities and customized learning pathways, students gain independence and develop crucial self-regulation skills, becoming more engaged participants in their learning journey. So digital platforms that let students track their progress and set personal goals further promote this autonomy. Also, I could say that by nurturing time management and self-guidance, these digital environments equip students with skills for lifelong learning, extending their ability to manage their education well beyond formal academic settings. Another highlight is that integrating digital technology builds inclusive learning communities, enhancing collaboration and engagement for diverse student demographics. Regarding this idea, we can remark that digital technology empowers institutions to build inclusive and collaborative online environments where students from diverse backgrounds can connect meaningfully through tools like collaborative platforms, online discussion boards, virtual study groups, students engage in peer interaction, so foster supportive networks and experience a strong sense of community. So these digital spaces, let me say, that promote inclusivity by allowing students to collaborate and support one another, regardless of location or background, creating a welcoming and connected learning environment for all. About the second session around digital transformation, we would like to highlight that effective digital transformation requires a clear vision and a strategic leadership aligned with institutional goals for further readiness. So regarding this idea, effective digital transformation relies on a strong leadership and well-defined strategic vision. So leaders play a vital role in aligning digital initiatives with institutional goals, setting a direction that drives innovation and prepares the institution to adapt to future challenges. And we mean with that by establishing clear objectives for how technology will enhance teaching, research, and operational effectiveness, leadership ensures that digital transformation is integrated into the institution's mission. So, this alignment not only strengthens the institution's immediate impact, but also positions it for sustained success in a continually evolving educational landscape. Another highlight I would like to mention is that continuous adaptation of digital initiatives ensures they meet evolving educational needs and technological advancement. With this statement, we mean that digital transformation is a dynamic, ongoing process that requires institutions to consistently evaluate and refine their digital strategies. To stay relevant and effective, institutions must adapt to rapid technological advancement and evolving educational needs. Let me also say that regularly reassessing digital tools and processes allows them to address emerging challenges, such as incorporating AI-powered learning analytics or virtual reality simulation, just to mention some, which can enhance student engagement and enrich learning experiences. So this flexibility ensures that digital initiatives remain impactful and align with both current and future demands in education. Another idea and highlight is that training and support for faculty, staff, and students are essential to foster digital literacy and confidence in using technology. In this regard, let me say that robust training programs are essential to drive successful digital transformation across campus, providing continuous support and skill building opportunities empower faculty and staff and students to confidently engage with digital tools. And we mean with that this is why we need to fostering a culture of digital literacy and adaptability. Let me say that, for example, through workshops or digital literacy courses and readily available tech support, institutions build a tech-savvy community prepared to use technology in impactful, purposeful and ways. And this focus on digital competence integrate technology seamlessly into both academic and administrative practices, enhancing the institution's overall digital fluency and readiness. About the third session around leadership and management, we would like to highlight that strategic leadership is vital in digital transformation, enhancing student engagement, operational efficiency, and global competitiveness. So with this idea, we would like to highlight that this effective strategic leadership is essential for driving successful digital transformation. So leaders who prioritize digital initiatives can boost student engagement, streamline institutional process, and elevate global competitiveness, preparing the institution for future challenge. And by setting clear priorities, securing necessary resources, and articulating an inspiring vision, strong leaders align digital efforts with the institution's overarching goals. So this alignment ensures that technology adoption is purposeful, enhancing both engagement and operational efficiency while fostering a community that is ready to embrace ongoing digital change. Another highlight is addressing global trends like micro-credentials. Many questions rise about that. So, and the fourth industrial revolution, prepare institutions for lifelong learning demands. And what do we mean with this idea? So institutions must proactively respond to global trends like the growing emphasis on micro-credentials and the transformative impact of this industrial revolution. Adapting to these shifts enables institutions to better prepare students for lifelong learning and an evolving job market. By offering stackable, skills-focused courses and flexible credentialing options. Institutions can equip graduates with the adaptability and continuous learning mindset essentials for today's agile workforce. Embracing these educational innovations positions institutions as forward-thinking leaders in preparing students for dynamic future-ready careers. As we mentioned, if you remember yesterday, these ideas framework that was elaborated by WOC goes also to this direction. Another highlight in leadership and management is a holistic management approach is necessary to overcome barriers like budget constraints, digital skill gaps, and resistance to change. So in this regard, achieving successful digital transformation demands an holistic management strategy that addresses common challenges, including financial constraints, skill gaps, and this resistance to change that we know that it's very high sometimes. This approach emphasizes transparent communication, cross-departmental collaboration, and strategic resource allocation to ensure sustainable long-term progress. A collaborative management model, let me say that is vital, fostering open feedback channels, engaging diverse stakeholders in decision-making, and maintaining clear, consistent communication to align efforts institution-wide. And finally, let me say that this should be by integrating these elements, institutions can establish resilient digital transformation strategies that effectively overcome key barriers and drive meaningful change. And finally, about the fourth session, quality in higher education, we would like to highlight that quality in higher education is multidimensional, encompassing excellence, consistency, fitness for purpose, and transformation. We mean with this idea that quality in higher education is multifaceted concept encompassing excellence and this consistency and relevance to be transformative and impact. So as Nati and Maite already mentioned and answered your questions regarding also this main idea. And let me say that achieving true quality requires a balanced approach so that prioritize these elements to deliver an education that is not only rigorous and reliable, but also aligned with the evolving needs of student employers and society. So by embracing this multidimensional view, institutions can ensure that their programs are impactful, purpose-driven, and adaptable, providing value across academic, professional, and social contexts. Another highlight is the international frameworks such as ENQA and UNESCO that provide a structural guidance for quality assurance across digital education, as we have seen very recently. So in this sense, these international quality assurance frameworks, we can say that we provide essential guidelines that help institutions create standardized, credible approaches to digital education. These frameworks ensures this consistency across digital learning environments, enhancing global trust in educational offerings. So additionally, leveraging also data analytics enables institutions to gain valuable insights into students' performance and learning outcomes. We take advantage of this, and this allows us to support continuous refinement of the programs. And also we can confirm that this data-driven decision-making enhances both the quality and effectiveness of educational experiences, allowing institutions to better meet the needs of students that uphold rigorous standards. We've seen yesterday, Marcelo show you some of these dashboards with this data that is supporting us as teachers to make decisions in terms of quality. And finally, the last highlight regarding quality in higher education is the quality assurance that operates on macro international standards, meso institutional policies, and micro classroom level perspectives. So this approach of quality assurance is enabling institutions to uphold high standards from global benchmarks down to everyday classroom practices. This layer approach ensures a cohesive commitment to educational excellence. As Nati mentioned, she's leading this master degree in quality for higher education that was accredited as an excellence program. So this is a best practice we can also show you as a good inspiration for your practices. So aligning international standards with institutional policies and on-the-ground teaching practices. And let me say that additionally, fostering an inclusive and equitable learning environment is essential by embedding diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives and using digital tools for accessibility. Institutions can create a learning experience that truly meets the diverse needs of all students, regardless of their background or abilities, as I mentioned yesterday when I was talking about the profile of students that can be more diverse, even when we are thinking about traditional universities. And now I give the floor to my colleague, Marcelo Maina, who is giving you some recommendations regarding also these four main topics.
Thank you very much, Lourdes. Yes. Well, recommendation. There's a big responsibility. It was a little bit difficult, in fact, to stay with a controlled number of recommendations as we've been deepening in many, many subjects in these days. So we decided also to organize them according to these main four concepts that has been driving the webinars of these last 2 days. That is about educational models and modalities, about digital transformation, leadership and management, and quality in higher education. Uh, how we decided on how we would do that? Well, first of all, thinking what was more relevant in today's world, what is required in terms of digital transformation of our institution and the integration of digital learning in our institution. And the idea also is, driving idea was that we understand these recommendations toward flexible universities that not only focus on institutional change and inner change of our own universities, but also as their commitment towards a social change and maintaining the university as a key agent in change and in driving society, contributing to well-being of everyone and the development, I mean, social and economical development of our countries. So this the idea and the concern we have as an institution today is to stay relevant in a very competitive world. They are not only competing with other universities or cooperating with them, I was saying yesterday, but also with all kind of educational offer all online. So we have to keep relevant based on quality, as we were mentioning, based on research and good teaching. So in terms of the educational models, we have also tried to stay in three main recommendations. Now we invite you to action. It shows to adopt diverse learning modalities. We showed them yesterday. We showed you yesterday in the first webinar different modalities we know about. First of all, face-to-face, but also blended, hybrid, online, fully online learning with different educational models that can be implemented. And probably the easier example is about how a fully online universities can be fully also asynchronous or synchronous, or combining both of them. The important thing here is that it aligns with the institutional strategy, the institutional, first of all, goal, ambition, and having clear each university that they may adopt these different modalities and different models accordingly, taking into account who are the target groups and what that we are trying to serve. So most universities today are not unimodal universities. Most of universities today has embraced from face-to-face to online, for example. Sorry, there's something sounding here in my apartment. The other thing is that we can establish a strategy of combining these modalities, and this is, I think, the best solution today for all institutions. The other one driving idea here in educational models in particular, is about empowering learners, empowering at the level of course level. I was mentioning Lourdes before, through a strategy and design to foster autonomy and self-regulated learning, but also on another view that we mentioned also today, that was about this idea of micro-credential, of disaggregating the educational offer. So we can support students in making informed choices of personal ones and professional choices for their own development. And of course, design inclusive learning environments to support collaboration, to support engagement, that support also access, equal access to distributed people around the geography and with different capacities. We will insist on that concept all the time. About the digital transformation dimension, we dedicated a whole webinar yesterday. We focalize now in prioritizing a strategic vision and leadership to align the digital initiative with institutional goals, always having mission goals as like the main input in the decision making of the digital transformation. This second point was about continually adapting the digital strategies, staying aligned with educational needs and advancement in technology. So these strategies must be always vigilant of what is happening in our society and how technology is evolving. And the third one is about investment in comprehensive training program. We need to not only to incorporate technology, we were mentioning yesterday, not only incorporating technology, but helping our all stakeholders, including students, on how to do a better use of these technologies. That's why we have to develop their digital skills, but also as institution engaged with digital transformation in new literacies that are required, like the ones we mentioned yesterday, that was about artificial intelligence literacy and learning analytics literacies. Just to remind you, three main steps in digital transformation that was about understanding what it means, digital transformation, informed us as an institution what digital transformation is for us, taking into account these conceptual frameworks that are already available, like the GISC or the EDUCOS framework, that are quite comprehensive, that are conceptual and analytical framework of digital transformation. Then moving to a more diagnosis phase of seeing where we are actually in that process, self-assessing ourselves as an institution and establishing where we want to go. And there we have provided yesterday different tools like the maturity model offered by GIGS that is coherent with the conceptual framework of digital transformation. And then, of course, is moving to action, planning and action, and establishing a robust roadmap with key actions and timely actions, and monitoring the whole process. In terms of leadership and management, these are the two last webinars of today. We have to develop institution agility to navigate what we understand as a volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous context, to respond effectively to trends in challenges in higher education. Easy to say as a recommendation, more difficult to implement, let's say it. Second one is about focusing on creating an holistic management approach that includes collaboration, clear communication, and strategic resource management. And here we hear this morning about distributed leadership. This distributed leadership that recognizes others and the stakeholders are very important people providing value to the leadership of the institution. Recognizing that, being able also to delegate in this sense, and being confident about the group of people you're working with. And the final one is about the strengthening inclusive student engagement by offering flexible, accessible options suited to non-traditional and remote learners. But here I come back to what we said this morning in the presentation. I think it was Pastora at the very beginning, who was saying that non-traditional students were always traditionally looking for distance learning and online learning. But we know today the average age is less, and they are younger people comfortable and feel comfortable studying online. So new generations are already part of this interest group of people and students who want to embark in digital learning. Finally, in terms of quality in higher education, as was mentioned, aligning your institution with international quality frameworks to enhance the credibility, global recognition, and something that is probably, I don't know, everywhere, but at least in Europe, important, the mobility of students and faculty, and understanding these international frameworks are the approach to quality assurance, not as the evaluation process only, but as a tool to enhance and improve our institution, the quality of our courses. Another of the items that we wanted to highlight here as a recommendation is the use of data analytics to monitor, assess, and improve educational outcomes, and not only of the learning experience, but the institution. And this comes with the necessity to develop in parallel development courses to support data literacy development of all the implicated in there. And as was mentioned before, Lourdes, we presented yesterday our case in our institution where we have a specific service within our institution that collect the data and present us the data in a more digestible way. We have a specific dashboard according to different roles that we have, from academic analytics to learning analytics, that are more useful for teachers and students. And that comes also with the need to train and people in how to understand, interpret data. That's why we're insisting on academic analytics and learning analytics courses for the development of how to better deal with this data and make meaning of this data. And finally, we insist again about the notion of promoting inclusivity by incorporating diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives, so we can guarantee equal access to all. That this is our mission, I think, in every institution. And we presented yesterday also some principles that help design experiences and take decisions at the institutional level, or are the best technologies that support all this. We were talking about universal design for learning. That will be part of our webinar that will be more focused on these aspects in design of learning. So I want to end this inviting you all to participate in the next webinars that will be part of the training block 2 that will be held in December, and the 2nd and the 3rd of December. As you see, we will follow the same schedule that we applied in this first block. And the first session will be focusing on learning design models. Do not confuse with learning models and educational models that we were speaking yesterday. We're more specific to tool the teacher on how to design better experiences for the digital world. The second one will be more focused on digital teaching and learning transformation, the important role of the teacher and how it must adapt to this digital environment to do digital teaching effectively. And the other two will be dedicated, the first of one, to trends in technology and learning. We will explore learning analytics again more in detail. We will explore virtual reality or extended reality. And we will explore micro-credentials and, of course, artificial intelligence. And the last one will be on quality in online learning courses. We have a short introduction today with this classification of macro, meso, and micro levels of quality in e-learning. So the idea is to go deeper into this micro level of core design, and it will be complementary of this idea of learning design models and teaching online. So you are all invited. These courses, of course, are always introductory because they are last 1 hour webinar. They're informative, providing you with best cases, best practices, and examples. So I hope we wait for you in December. See you soon, and thank you very much for being here till the end. It was a long morning, very intensive one. So thank you for being here, and see you in December.